Hi, my name is Ali Raza, and I'm the author of Revolutionary Pasts, Communist Internationalism in Colonial India, published by Cambridge University Press in 2020. I'm deeply grateful to the Royal Historical Society for their recognition and for nominating my book for the Gladstone Prize. My book, Revolutionary Pasts, is a story of decolonization and communist internationalism in South Asia. This is a story told from the vantage point of South Asia, of one of the grandest and truly one of the most ambitious politically transformative projects of the 20th century, the project of communist internationalism, which from its very inception promised liberation from capitalism and imperialism to colonized peoples across the world. In that sense, it is a reminder of the profound impact of Marxist thought in anti-colonial struggles around the world, an impact that is not often fully recognized in histories of decolonization and especially the nationalist variants of it. Through the global project of communist internationalism and its inflections in India, I have traced the trajectory of those seemingly endless possibilities from the Great War to the Second World War and indeed independence in 1947 itself. That this period was far from a singular, uninterrupted, and self-enclosed moment goes without saying. This was a period marked by incredible national and international shifts, both within the national and the communist movement in India, and of course, the international communist movement itself. And so my book tells a larger story of the evolution of communism, not just in India, but also how it was tied to those shifts beyond in the international communist movement itself. In tracing this evolution, I have foregrounded the figures who participated in the global and in this global and transformative project. And these are ordinary figures, ordinary men and women who were profoundly inspired by the promises, by the expectation, and the dreams associated with what they understand to be communism. I cover migrants, I cover laborers, I cover religious mendicants who dedicate their lives to revolution, who often start their lives as laborers who have migrated from northern India, from the region of Punjab, to Southeast Asia, to East Africa, to South America, where they're drawn to the promises of revolutionary change. And it's these figures who upend their lives and who leave for Moscow and other places in the Soviet Union to pursue and to chase their dreams of revolution before, of course, they come back to India and try and spearhead and add momentum to the communist movement there. And so once viewed through their lives, their extraordinary journeys, and their politics and intellectual trajectories, the history of communism in South Asia looks very removed from the way it has traditionally been written. It appears less rigid, less internally consistent, less party-oriented, less elite-centered, and more importantly, less foreign. That, at any rate, was how communism was perceived by both the colonial and post-colonial state, and of course, the historiographical tradition that emerged in their shadows. And this is where I tried to take a close look at specific regions and localities, because in focusing on specific regions and localities, I show how communist internationalism was woven in with specific social, cultural, and religious idioms in what became, as I argue, a communism of the everyday. And this is why I have focused mostly on individuals, ordinary figures who imagine themselves as being driven by and capable of making history. The last point in closing is important for me because I'm interested in the open-endedness of anti-colonial futures in this horizon of expectation, as another scholar put it. The interwar period is a moment of immense possibility and a moment of incredible richness that is driven by dreams of what can and what ought to be. The phenomenon of empire is largely viewed as being out on its way, and that moment gives rise to an incredible diversity of opinion, of ideas, of dreams that reconceive and that dream of what a post-imperial, and in this case, a post-capitalist world could and should look like. And so it is this in-betweenness, that this time of immense possibility, this time of the imagination that I root this story in. And I would hope that we turn to this book in this reminder of perhaps some of the unfulfilled promises that are still left pending in the aftermath of decolonization and national liberation, not just in South Asia, but across the colonized world. The question of freedom, indeed, is a question that is still outstanding. And I hope that you will consider reading this book. Thank you very much. I am deeply grateful, again, to the Royal Historical Society for their recognition and for nominating my book for a very prestigious prize. Thank you very much.